Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Tuesday. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, two are now facing federal charges stemming from a drug raid in Randolph. The latest next.
Plus, two people are charged following a 4th of July fireworks incident which injured a woman. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is standing by with a live look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin and Matt, and happy Tuesday, past Monday, which Monday is always one of the worst days of the week as we have to kind of get back into the grind of going back to work. Here's the look at the radar, and we've had a few showers that have been moving through the southern tier this morning, and this was as forecast. We told you about this yesterday, how there's a low pressure system passing just to our south that is throwing some rain. So the further north you go today, the lesser a chance you have for seeing rain. It's mainly going to be confined southward down into PA today. You're going to see the rain showers, maybe a couple, I don't expect thunderstorms today, but maybe a couple rumbles of thunder definitely possible. This is where we bottomed out this morning, 63 in Olean, and the Lake Erie shoreline once again did not make it out of the 70s for low temperatures, 71 in Dunkirk, 72 Erie, 69 in Buffalo, and 64 over there in Wellsville. Again, nothing showing up at the Jamestown airport. Again, the weather sensors at the airport have gone wonky, and we still don't have data coming from the airport right now. So the forecast for the afternoon, widespread showers, maybe the chance for a thunder shower, but again, I don't think we'll see a lot of thunderstorm activity today, mainly just rain showers. They'll start to taper off as we go through the afternoon. Cooler today, 71 to 78, high temp range, south-southeast wind, less than 10 miles per hour. We'll time out the rest of the rain, plus summer is on a little vacation. How long will it last? We'll talk about it later on in the show. Justin and Matt.
Oh no, Dakota, we'll talk to you later. Our top story, two men were indicted by a federal grand jury yesterday in connection with a major drug bust that occurred earlier this year in the village of Randolph. The U.S. Attorney's Office says that 32-year-old Brandon Smith of Jamestown and 34-year-old Mark Mayo of East Randolph are charged with narcotics conspiracy and possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine and marijuana. If convicted, the two face a mandatory minimum penalty of 10 years in prison, a maximum of life, and a $10 million fine. Mayo is also charged with using and maintaining a drug-involved premises and possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine on premises where an individual under 18 was present and resided. In January, authorities say they seized packaged bags of crystal methamphetamine that were packaged for sale, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia from an apartment on Main Street in the village. Police say the two were allegedly trafficking drugs from Randolph to Jamestown.
And in other news, two people are charged following an investigation into a 4th of July fireworks incident that sent a 58-year-old woman to ECMC Hospital for treatment. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office tells us that an 18-year-old Amherst female and a 19-year-old Buffalo male, both identified in their report, lighted projectile fireworks. One of those fireworks allegedly struck the woman in the face, causing injury. The two were charged with second-degree reckless endangerment in the case and are set to appear in the town of Pomfret court coming up at a later date.
Victims of workplace harassment in New York will no longer have to prove the conduct was severe and pervasive to make their case in court. Governor Andrew Cuomo signed a new legal standard for harassment on Monday. It eliminates the severe and pervasive standard that employment attorneys and victim advocates say made it hard to file a successful claim. The new law makes other changes to laws dealing with harassment and discrimination, including prohibiting employment contracts requiring mandatory arbitration of discrimination claims. Another change extends how long someone has to report complaints to the state's Division of Human Rights from 1 to 3 years. The bill's sponsor says the new law will make it easier to hold employers accountable for how they handle workplace harassment.
Well, this year's Lucille Ball Comedy Festival was estimated to be the biggest event in the 28-year history, drawing in people from 41 states and headlining twice the number of shows, according to officials with the National Comedy Center here in Jamestown. Now, throughout the festival, rising stand-up comedians from across the nation, along with this year's 2 headlining acts, Sebastian Maniscalco and John Malney, drew thousands to downtown Jamestown. Visitors also experienced the diverse display of comedic history at the National Comedy Center, with exhibits ranging from early vaudeville to the latest viral memes. The National Comedy Center once again partnered with the Chautauqua Institution for a themed week highlighting the comedy dialogues in its 4,000-seat amphitheater. Now, a ribbon cutting with the Smothers Brothers was also held. That unveiled a new display featuring their iconic red suit jackets, Tom Smothers guitar, Dick Smothers bass, scripts, and other creative papers. So I know we talked about that a couple weeks ago, Matt. A happy Tuesday to all of you. Thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. So yeah, certainly there was a lot of people downtown on Friday. I get to check out a little bit of some of the comedy fun, and hearing from some people, you know, they seem to like those block parties that they have, and they had them right in front of the National Comedy Center. So kind of, you know, giving people a nice vibe and party atmosphere to get them ready for some of those headliner acts that took place on Friday.
Just look, too, I mean, how many shows were sold out? Right. I mean, remember back when they announced Sebastian Maniscalco? I mean, the 8 p.m. showing was sold out. So then the 5 p.m. they started, sold out. And what's interesting, too, is I forgot to tell you this in the newsroom, but my mom actually won tickets to Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the 5 o'clock performance. So her and my dad went, and her feedback was she liked it. She doesn't know if it was worth, like, the price of admission per se.
Okay.
But I think...
Did she just not like the comedy, or was that just in regards to the whole event?
I think it was just the comedy aspect. I mean, she liked it, and she would have paid something for it. I think maybe it was the vulgarity, because my mom doesn't always like vulgarity. Love you, Mom, if you're watching. But no, she said overall, like, the atmosphere was great. She did like the performance, and, you know, just seeing in general. I mean, this weekend, or this past weekend, it's always very good. And
it does always seem to bring people out, which I think is the whole point of it, right? To try to, obviously, yes, the center's making money on admission and on these shows. You know, workers are paid there, but also local restaurants too are filled with people. And it's probably the same thing. I know yesterday you had Joanna Dahlbach on from the Chamber talking about the cruise-in for this Friday. You know, same concept where you get to go visit these local businesses rather than going to like a Ruby Tuesdays or an Arby's or something like that, where you have money going straight to these local people. So it's great to see, and good job with the festival, nevertheless. So hello to Samantha. Thanks so much for joining us today. Coming a little bit, it's a little wet out there. I know I was out this morning downtown, and I had to bring out the WNY News Now rain jacket because it was just a little sprinkly. Good afternoon to Wendy. Good to have you here on the broadcast. Renee, hopefully you are doing well. Commenting on a dreary day, but always nice and sunny in our studio. We always have perfect lighting in here.
Absolutely.
So, hello to David. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to Andrew. Let's see. Pam has joined us. Kathleen is here. Hopefully you are doing well.
Renee.
And Regina is here too. Hopefully you all are having a wonderful day. Be sure to interact with us in the comments as we go throughout the show. Let us know how you're doing and what you think of these stories. And like, comment, and share this post so your friends could see it as well. Coming up, more news. Probation departments from across New York State are starting to screen teens for suicide risk.
But first, why motorists in Jamestown could see some driving delays this week. Dakota.
And as we take a live look from the Warren City Bank, you can see low clouds overhead. Rain accumulation so far in downtown Warren is 0.05 inches. More rain is on the way through the afternoon. We'll talk about it in a few minutes as WNY News Now continues in a minute, so don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it. real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's gonna have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
And happening now, City of Jamestown officials are restricting street parking on East 3rd Street between Spring Street and Prendergast Avenue as crews begin work on the roadway. The Jamestown Department of Public Works says crews will start milling the road on Tuesday. Parking will also be restricted on Prendergast Avenue between East 2nd and East 3rd Streets. Now, motorists in that area may also experience some driving delays due to that work.
Probation departments across New York have started screening young offenders for risk of suicide as a way to connect them with mental health services. 10 counties in upstate New York are participating in the program developed by researchers at Columbia University. The project, called eConnect, includes counties that cover rural swaths of the state. Probation officials say they hope addressing young offenders' mental health needs will help cut down their chances of getting in trouble in the future. They say the program will streamline access to mental health services at a time when research shows that suicide rates among teenagers and young adults have been rising nationally. A report in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that 2017 suicide rates for teenagers and young adults nationwide were the highest since at least the start of the century. Many youths end up in the juvenile justice system after other social safety nets have failed and bring with them mental health needs like depression and anxiety.
Well, New York Senator Chuck Schumer is pushing a bill that he says needs to get passed in order to secure the upcoming presidential election. Schumer was in East Greenbush, New York yesterday, calling on Congress to pass the Election Security Act. That's a $1 billion spending bill introduced by Minnesota Senator Amy Columbar in the upcoming budget.
People no longer trust the freeness, fairness, preciseness of our elections. This could be real trouble for our democracy.
Now, the senator says there is some current opposition to the bill, but he hopes to smooth it over by the time the budget needs to be passed in late September.
2 fourth graders in Chautauqua County recently went fishing with Chautauqua County Executive George Borrello after winning the county's annual fishing essay contest. Isabella Buckley, a 4th grader from Northern Chautauqua Catholic School, and Connor Horner, a 4th grader from Panama Central School, won after their essays were selected out of 362 entries. The contest asked students in 3rd through 6th grades from across the county to write about what they and their classmates could do to help preserve Chautauqua County's rivers, lakes, and ponds for fishing and enjoying nature. This year, the board selected 47 winners who all received fishing poles and certificates. From the group of winners, the county executive selected the 2 grand prize winners to go on a fishing trip. The contest has been held annually, Justin, since 1982, with no essay being held in 2000.
Pretty cool to see them out there on the lake casting a couple.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and yesterday was a great day for it, really,
Yes.
too. I mean, it was kind of warm out there, but lots of sunshine nevertheless.
Yeah.
And always fun to get out and fish, and it's really cool to see how many people they have actually participated in that. Hundreds of kids from across the county right in, in hopes probably of winning the fishing poles and then winning the trip with the county exec. So it's great to see all the participation and so much interest, too, in that sport.
Didn't somebody I feel like when we were back at Fenner, somebody won the
Locally,
grand prize.
yeah.
No, somebody from Fenner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like somebody won.
And that would have been, was that
Greg
with
Edwards.
Vince?
No,
it was
Greg Edwards.
Greg Edwards.
Greg
before.
Edwards,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a long time. That's kind of dating ourselves here. But
Hey, don't
okay.
tell Greg. I'm gonna call Greg and tell him you
well,
said
no,
that.
no, we love you, Greg. It's not dating ourselves.
Well, I mean, we can't. If we're dating ourselves, aren't we?
Not
dating?
that kind of dating.
No,
like,
not that. I mean, like, aren't we like adding years to Greg
Yeah.
Edwards' age if we're adding?
Oh,
years
crap.
to
You
us?
got me in that one.
Yeah, see.
I don't know how I'm going to get out of this quagmire.
No,
let me
you
tell
don't.
But- so hopefully you're all having a good Tuesday and not getting in as much trouble as Justin here. Wendy's saying woohoo to a Panama pupil, her alma mater. So great to see that. And yeah, I mean, you got a lot of, Panama has a lot of awesome stuff. They have, a fishing essay contest winner. They have the Panama, the football team there.
Yeah.
That were victorious last fall. I remember covering that very cold return.
Oh, I remember.
Panama. It was frigid, but it was excited in everyone's hearts there. Cindy says, good to hear kids are doing outside things instead of being on computer games all the time. Absolutely agree with you there, Wendy. Cindy. And Renee, she says she loves fishing. It's quite a stress reliever. And I totally agree with you there. Fishing is surprisingly very much a stress reliever. It's you never and it's so relaxing, and then like in an instant, it can kick up. And, now you're in the hunt. So
Until you get pulled over the boat.
Well, until you get pulled over. I don't know. It doesn't always happen.
I don't know, but I'm picturing Justin being thrown over the boat.
Yeah, going in and it's too much for me, and there I go. Hey, you know. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's here to tell us if more good fishing weather will return for this week.
And later, officials in Dunkirk unveiled improvements to the city's harbor and pier yesterday. We're going to take you there when WNY News Now continues.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
Top story, a Forestville man's weather video has gone viral.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
Our Matt Hummel is standing by live outside of Chautauqua County Court with more on this case. Matt, good afternoon to you.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Hey, welcome back. You made it to Tuesday. How was your Monday? That sounds fun. Let's take a look at what's coming up here. So summer is on vacation yet again, but I know some of you will like that, given the fact that we haven't had a lot of summer heat and humidity really this summer. Showers will continue throughout the day. We had them this morning. They will continue throughout the afternoon. We live in the 70s throughout the rest of this week. I wasn't around in the 70s, but I guess big hair, bell bottoms was in the 70s, or no, wait, that's 80s, bell bottoms. Anyway, the weekend turns warmer and muggier, so we will see the return of some summer-like heat and humidity as we go into the weekend, and we'll show it to you here. Summer's on a midlife crisis here. You can see here, this is more like fall average temperatures here, but as we go into the end of the week, into the weekend, into early next week, the temperatures will start to spike back up into the 80s, and along with that, the humidity comes up along with it as well, such as it is. Here's where we are right now, 68 right now in Olean, 73 in Dunkirk, also over there in Erie, and a pair of 7s in Buffalo. But when you look at the entire continental 48, what's going on here is that really the northern part of the country is below average. The southern half of the country is baking in heat and humidity. Why is that? It's because we have a trough coming in here. All these red animated arrows basically tries to show the jet stream. So when you see this big dip in it right here, that's called a trough. So cooler temperatures to the north, hot and muggy down to the south. Some temperatures already down here are in the 90s already as of noon hour today. So woof, man. At least we don't have any of that right now in our pretty much in our area. Here's future scan through the day. You can see the rain showers will continue. They'll ultimately push out to the east. A few more scattered showers through the afternoon, but they'll ultimately taper off as we go through the afternoon into tonight. Tonight, overnight, should be mainly dry. Tomorrow is going to be a nice weather day as well with lots of sunshine to go around. Here's what's going on. This is the low pressure area that is actually kind of the parent of the rain. It's moving to our east and south. So it's basically northern fringe rain. Basically, the more south you go, the better chance you have for seeing rain. We'll show you some of the rain that's going on right now. A lot of the rain right now is kind of exited. It's pretty much kind of fizzling out and fading away down there in the northwest PA. And we'll show it to you here. A few more showers down here once you go into Erie and Crawford counties, going into Warren County. And isn't this cool? You can actually see the live sweep actually updating the radar data. Isn't that cool? That's a WNY News Now exclusive. Yeah, I love technology. Zone forecast will start first of all at the eastern areas first. Temperatures here to the lower 70s. Rain showers through the day. They'll taper off through the afternoon. And as we go west to the Lake Erie shoreline here, temperatures here into the mid to upper 70s. Maybe a couple rumbles of thunder, but again, mainly rain showers through the day. Here comes the next 7 days of your life. 76 tomorrow, 77 on Thursday. Again, minty fall fresh on Wednesday. And here comes the heat and humidity once again. With the humidity coming back into play, we do have to introduce the chance for maybe a few isolated showers or storms Saturday through Monday. Sports is next. Don't go away.
Invest in your business or cause by letting the marketing gurus at WNY News Now and WNY Media Company grow your business.
Purchase an ad much like the one you are watching now on WNY News Now's daily show, News Now at Noon, WNYNewsNow.com, or our brand new mobile app.
And then get feedback from our marketing experts and fans alike.
And finally, watch your business grow.
As an added bonus, community partners messages will run not only on our scheduled programming, but on weather alerts and breaking news as well.
Plus, messages are shared on WNY Sports Now programming. Anything from a live local basketball game to the Phone Zone Sports Desk.
Become part of our family today.
And contact us right now.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Tuesday, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. In approximately 2 weeks' time, the Jamestown Rebels hockey team will be visiting Jamestown Community College for an employer visit on August 26th. During their visit, the team will be in search for possible interns for the 2019-2020 season. It will take place outside next to the entrance of the Student Union. Should the weather be inclement that day, it will take place indoors. The Rebels organization will have a second visit to JCC on September 4th, both of which will run from 11:45 a.m. to 1:15 p.m. Tonight, with a 7:20 first pitch, the New York Mets will begin a 3-game divisional road series versus the Atlanta Braves. With a 15-2 record in their last 17 games, the Mets charged up to reclaim third place in the NL East at 61-57. Meanwhile, with a 70-50 record, Atlanta is tops in the division. Zach Wheeler gets the call as Mets starting pitcher as he will take on Atlanta's man on the rubber, Max Fried. The game will be televised on Sportsnet New York. With the NBA's 2019-2020 season drawing closer, 4 opening week night games were announced on Monday night. With opening week taking place from October 22nd to the 25th, one of the games will be the defending NBA Finals champion Toronto Raptors hosting the New Orleans Pelicans on October 22nd at 8 p.m. on TNT. Another game which will be played to begin the regular season will be the 2018-2019 Western Conference champs Golden State Warriors hosting the Los Angeles Clippers on October 24th at 10:30 on TNT. The entire opening week NBA schedule can be seen on the official NBA website. That's it for sports today. Justin and Matt, back to you.
All right, Norm, thank you very much. Well, officials in Dunkirk unveiled improvements to the city's harbor and pier yesterday. Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul, Dunkirk Mayor Willie Rosas, and Assemblyman Andy Goodell spoke at a ceremony before the official ribbon cutting. The project improves pedestrian access to Lake Erie and creates better connections to the city's waterfront trails. There is also increased seating, green space, better fishing, other water recreation opportunities, and new signage and lighting.
We've improved our beaches, we've improved our parks, and now we've enhanced our pier. This is all part of the process to make the city of Dunkirk's waterfront a destination to bring people here. We're seeing this happening, and it's a wonderful feeling to see all the people that are coming out here.
Now, the project was supported by funding from the Buffalo Billions Smart Growth Community Fund. So lots of improvements there for sure.
Absolutely. And it seems to me, I mean, you've noticed on both Chautauqua Lake here in Celeron, as well as the Dunkirk Pier, I mean, there's been this new effort to revitalize the lake shores, and I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, me too. I think certainly gives a lot of people good opportunities to get out and use that area, whether it be for recreational sports like fishing or whatever, and then for exercise and things like that. And I think too, just before, and we'll bring Dakota in on this. Before I've gone to some of these places like in Celeron, and I love having my lunch there. If I'm going to be out on a story in Lakewood or something, rather than going to Burger King or whatever, like I pack my lunch and I park my car and I roll down the windows and eat a sandwich or sit on a bench or something like that. And it's good to have these places all over, because then you can just take a quick break and get back to doing what you're doing. So
yeah, back when I was a kid, we used to get Wegman subs, and we used to go down to the
delicious.
Yes, and in Celeron they have the boat dock in Celeron, the boat landing, and all the time as a kid we used to go into the boat landing area there, park the car, and sit and watch the birds and watch people take the boats in and out of the water. But what's even better than that, getting a pizza and sitting in the middle of a cemetery.
Yeah,
and eating pizza in the middle of a cemetery.
Why?
I don't know. It's just fun to do. You're in the shade, and it's just it's nice to do.
Okay.
Speaking of which, am I the only one who was amused by his papers flapping around in the wind?
No, you weren't. You weren't. I was kind of that stuff sometimes. On a side note, stuff's kind of annoys you sometimes. It's like there's nothing you can really do.
Oh, at the conference,
like that. At the presser, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what are you gonna do? I mean,
I'm just amused by
just cover
like
the
that.
court beat, okay? Okay, here we go.
If you cover the court beat like Matt, you never have to go outside.
So what are you talking about? 12 o'clock? My papers always fly around. Yeah.
That's true. Oh, yeah, when you're out doing your live shot.
Yeah, I got the phone.
They make Matt stand in the cold. Poor Matt.
I'm just amused by little things. So here's the 7-day here. So as you can see here, that the next couple of days really is going to be feeling like fall. The average high is 78. But as we go into the weekend into early next week, some summertime heat and humidity does return. And along with that humidity, Saturday through Monday, there's a chance for scattered to isolated showers and storms because of that humidity. But temperatures return back into the 80s once again.
All right. Beautiful. Hey, you know what? We love summer, and I don't mind the break. I don't mind it a little bit cooler, but
we need the break sometimes.
Yeah, every now and then. But at the same time,
at least it's not 100 degrees. I mean, woof.
Right. That's true. That's true. It's funny. I've always said this, and I love people in Western New York, but they're either going to complain about the heat or the cold, and there's no happy medium.
That's right.
The South is stuck in what we call the death ridge with all that heat and humidity, and we're stuck in a trough.
Yeah, so don't
Take your
send
pick.
that our way. You can keep that. We'll keep this. Dakota, thank you. Hey, that's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We leave you with a live look over Chautauqua Lake. Hope you all have a wonderful day.